The saying goes, time flies when you're having fun. Man, that's so true. But regardless, whether you're having fun or you're not having fun, whether you're happy or sad, no matter what's going on in life, time is going to keep moving. It's going to keep going. It's continuous. It's been 1 full year since I made the jump and the move to Hawaii from San Francisco. And also within that year, I reached another milestone, which is I haven't touched any type of alcoholic beverage. I haven't smoked any type of weed or done any type of other drug to alter my state of consciousness, and just doing my best to live a clean life, far different from what I typically used to do in my early 20s, even to my early to mid 30s. And as I reflect back, it's been a cool time. Unlocking levels, unlocking levels. Hosted by Seal the Source. Tap in. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Unlocking Levels. I'm your boy, CL the Source, your friendly neighborhood hope dealer. And in today's episode, I celebrate a great milestone of mine. And in doing that, I wanted to share this experience with you guys, share what I've been feeling, share what I've been going through, share about all the different things that have kind of happened along the way of me first moving from San Francisco to Hawaii. And as I mentioned earlier on, staying away from alcohol, staying away from weed, staying away from drugs. These were all vices of mine that had a big amount of control over me for such a huge portion of my life. And to say that I reached this milestone of going a full year cold turkey, none of that, no sip, no nothing, is pretty tremendous. It's quite the accomplishment in my book. Especially, again, if you guys have known me in the past, I was one that would partake quite heavily. I was actually one of the people that would get everybody together and start the party. That's really a quality and a characteristic that was really tied to my identity for so long. And to sit here before you today, being 365 days sober, over 365 days sober, it's crazy to me. It really is crazy to me. And this episode, I'm going to share some reflections. I'm going to share some of the things I've learned, some of the things I've been through, some of the things I struggled with in pursuing this journey. And I'm going to cap it off with where I plan to go as time goes on. Just being fully transparent with y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's always been one of the staples of this show and one of the staples of my personality, bringing to y'all. So I didn't know how long I'd be able to do this, to be quite honest with you. One of my biggest inspirations for doing this is one of my best friends. We would have conversations all the time. He has 2 daughters. He runs a successful business. He's happily married, doing very well for himself in his life. And we have a lot of meaningful conversations where we talk about what's important, how we can help each other, how we can ascend to that next level, how we can get to that next level and keep moving, right? And a lot of our conversation centered around growth, centered around evolution, centered around leveling up and getting better in every single way. And for a long time, I was holding on to a specific aspect of my personality, which was that drinking, that partying part of my personality that was commonly associated with me. People would know me as that dude that would get shit started, that would get the gang together and drink. I'll be the first one yelling shots, like, let's take another shot, blah, blah, blah. And, for me, looking back at it, sitting here a year from that space where I was really partaking heavily in some of the things I had to go through in terms of getting to this space. It wasn't easy for sure, but I will tell you this, it's never easy in the beginning when you decide to do something. But when you stick with it and you get past that first initial pushback, those first initial barriers, then it gets easier. You develop momentum. You start to get more comfortable with this idea of what you decided to do, who you're becoming, what you're doing, and it just becomes easier. For me, it was hard in the beginning, but once a certain amount of time had elapsed, I just said, fuck it, man, I'm gonna keep going with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the conversations I would have with one of my best friends, he would always invite me to join him on his journey of sobriety. And he'd be like, dude, like, come on, man, I've been doing it for like 2 years. You're barely even drinking now. You're barely even smoking now. Like, why not just quit? What good do you get from it anyway? And that actually led me to some self-reflection of my own, where I had to kind of sit with a pen and a pad, and I literally sat down and wrote down the pros and cons of drinking. And here's what I came up with. Honestly, I would say the only pro that I got from drinking, the only positive that I got from drinking really, is I had fun. But going down the list of the negativities, the negatives, the cons, it was far more than that. I mean, for me, some of the things I was coming up with was, first of all, those hangovers were mean. Those hangovers took me out of commission for a day to a day and a half, and I just didn't feel right, being productive with all these goals that I have set for myself. I wasn't able to put my best foot forward because my energy was so low off drinking, off smoking, off just partying so heavily. And that was a huge reason for me to make this decision. Other reason was it was breaking the bank. It was breaking my pockets. I was spending money on this shit to get this temporary relief from whatever was going on in my life, to have fun for that short amount of time. But then the next day, my bank account is a lot lower, depleted. Not only am I depleted from drinking and everything like that because of those hangovers, but my wallet is depleted as well. And then there were plenty of other reasons. I'm not going to keep going down the negatives, but I will tell you that the negatives list was far more than the positives list for me. That doesn't mean that I didn't have a good time. I had a great time. I've said this before and I'll say it again, that I don't regret any of the things that I've done in terms of spending that time with people, drinking, smoking, things like that. But at the same time, looking back at it, if I would have made this decision to switch sooner, maybe I'd be a lot more further in advance. But either way, I look at it like I'm grateful that I've been through that. So now I know, right? So now I'm in a place a year removed from drinking and smoking and partying and things like that. And where I'm at, I can tell you honestly and wholeheartedly that the amount of clarity that comes along with this is priceless. My health is in much better order. Again, my clarity, and what I mean by clarity is I'm able to see things so much more clearly now in terms of what I need to do, what I'm not doing, how am I hindering myself from advancing in my life. I'm also a lot clearer on my goals and what it is I need to do to accomplish those and to get further and further closer to where I need to get to in my own mind with the goals that I've set for myself. That's one of the biggest things. Like I mentioned, the health is one of the biggest things, but also I think just overall, I feel better. Yeah, I'm healthier and everything like that, but I feel better. My energy is a lot better. I'm a lot more focused. I feel like I'm a lot more sharper. I'm about to be 40 in February, right? But I don't feel that way. I feel great. I feel like I could do a lot of things with my life still. You know what I'm saying? And I got major goals. And when your goals become bigger than your desire to want to go out and party and have fun, and you have a bigger reason why you do what you do, there's really no room to drink, party, and smoke like that for me no more. I don't really feel the need to no more. I can honestly tell you that right now at this place in my life, I don't even have no desire for that shit no more. I've had my time. And one could say, oh, maybe you need to go through that time to kind of really understand that. I think I wanted to share this story with you because you really don't need to go through that. If I can give you some game, if I can give you some information, if I could share some of my experiences to help you dodge a landmine, I'm going to do that. And I will tell you, if you're a young person listening to this right now, take what I'm giving you, and I really hope that you absorb it. You don't need to go through all that shit. I would tell you right now, when you're young, in your 20s, focus. Stay focused. Figure out what it is that you want to do with your life. Set a goal. Make a plan. And get to work. Honestly, all that fear of missing out and all that shit, all that partying and all that shit, like, that shit ain't even worth it. It's just about setting yourself up with a good life. You know what I'm saying? Setting yourself up with a life of options, of abundance, of freedom, of choices. You ain't gonna have to be stuck doing something that you hate the rest of your life. You can figure something out early, dedicate yourself to that, create that, and bring that vision to life and live in that way. And every day will be a vacation for you. Every day will be a gift. You're not going to look at every day like, oh man, I got to get up and go to this job that I hate. Figure out what you want to do. I mean, look, I talked about jobs before and everything like that. And I'm not trying to demean jobs or anything like that. If you're happy at your job, if you love your job, by all means, stick with your job. But at the same time, you can find a job that's going to align with the quality of life that you're looking to create in your own life. Meaning to say, the more skills that you hone in your life and create for yourself and cultivate within yourself, the more valuable you're going to be to the world, to society. And when you are more valuable and you realize that you can fit in anywhere, you can create your own opportunities. And that's what I'm working on, at this ripe age of 39 years old. Like I said, I'm seeing things way more clear than I've ever seen them before. I got big goals on the table that I sit and visualize every single day, and I work on and I work towards every single day. I try to make moves that's going to move the needle in any shape, form, or fashion, even if it's just slightly. Every single day. I try not to waste no days in terms of like getting something done, getting something productive done to ultimately advance me and get me closer to achieving my dreams and my goals. And if you're a young person listening to this, man, soak this game up right now. You don't need none of that shit. If you stay focused, I'm talking about hit the books. I'm talking about teach yourself new shit. The information is out there. I mean, right here is a video letting you know that you can go do more than what's put in front of you. I mean, YouTube universities out there. So many people are dropping game for you. So if you're one of these young people, or even if you're not, if you're somebody that's just not content with where you are in life, and you know that you want to do something different, and you know that you're just wasting your years and your energy on something that is unimportant to you, then let this serve as a message for you to make that switch and do the things that you know you need to do. Look, we're halfway through the year of 2023. It's crazy to say that. And I need for you right now to be brutally honest with yourself, as I have been with myself, and I continue to be with myself every day. I know I'm still slacking. Even though I'm doing a lot of things and moving the needle in a lot of ways, I know I'm still slacking in a lot of areas, and I know I can be better, and I know I can be sharper. And that's not to beat myself up, but that's just to be brutally honest with myself. And I'm asking you right now to be brutally honest with yourself. How serious are you about your goals? How serious are you about your plans and what you want out of life and what you want to create for your life? And these are things you need to ask yourself. How serious am I? And if you're really serious about it, you'll do the things necessary. You'll cut out the bullshit that's weighing you down, that's only hurting your progress. And for me, what was hurting my progress was drinking, smoking, partying, going out late into the wee hours, doing all these things that were just taken from me. Now I'm at a place right now where I ain't even looking back at that. You know what I'm saying? I have no desire to drink. I'll keep it real with you. I'm around people that smoke. I'm around people that drink. But I don't touch none of that because I have much more greater self-discipline nowadays than ever before. That's something that I've worked on, something that I've developed within myself, and I continue to develop, and I understand its importance. It's so important to have self-discipline. As a youngster, if you're listening to this, focus, cultivate self-discipline, work hard, make these sacrifices, I promise you, and stick with it. It's gonna be really hard, because you're going to see your friends and it's going to look like they're having fun, especially in this digital era where you see everything on social media. Oh, this person's at this place partying and they're here. And of course, it's natural to have that fear of missing out. But this is where you just got to have tunnel vision. You got to put them blinders on, y'all. You really do. And when you put them blinders on, you stay focused and you're just committed to your path that you chose for yourself, that you know for yourself is the right way. You're going to get there. that fruit is going to blossom. And you're going to be able to live a life better than the moments that you feel like you're missing out on. Because you're going to be able to give yourself everything you want in life. You're a master creator. It's really up to you at the end of the day. And I kind of strayed away from the topic of discussion. Going back, I meant to talk about my 1-year journey from moving from San Francisco to Hawaii, and also talk about my 1-year journey of sobriety, right? As I've kind of talked about before. But man, I just feel so compelled right now to share this message with you. Again, whether you're young and you're listening to this and you're in a place where you're not content with your life and you're looking for more contentment, more peace, more fulfillment, more purpose in your life, I'm talking to you for sure, but I could be talking to anyone who's listening to this. If you're someone that's just unhappy at their job, if you're someone that's just unsatisfied in their life, but you feel like you could do more, you feel like you deserve more, you feel like you're wasting time somewhere, let this message resonate with you. I'm trying to tell you, because right now I look at it like I ain't got no time to waste. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, like I'm brutally honest with myself. I still got vices, even though I told y'all I'm done drinking, I'm done smoking, I'm done with any type of consciousness altering drugs. I still have my own vices. One of my biggest vices is actually social media, where I'll just be on Instagram or TikTok or even YouTube Shorts and just wasting time. And distractions, really, that's the category of distractions for me. I'm constantly getting distracted, whether it's sports or something else, but at the same time, that awareness that I have allows me to look at that and allows me to address that. And it's something that I'm addressing. I'm figuring out different methods that's going to help me to get better in these areas. And it's all going to boil down to discipline at the end of the day. I know this. I'm disciplined in a lot of areas of my life. I don't go more than 2 days without going to the gym. I meditate every single day. I read every single day. I write in a journal every single day. I'm a lot more consistent with creating my content, right? But these are things that I've had to work on for myself to get to this space. And I know if I want to get to that next level, it's going to require a whole new level of discipline. But either way, I'm on my journey and you're on your journey. And I hope that this message lands with you. If you needed to hear this and I'm speaking to you, I hope that this can serve you in a way that can inspire you to make some changes, to get yourself to a place where you feel you need to get to, and do the things that you know that you need to do for yourself, right? With that being said, that's what I got for y'all today for today's episode. I know it was kind of all over the place, but man, I just kind of had to speak from the soul, speak from the spirit, and this is what I got for y'all. As always, thank you so much for your support. And from my side, I'm sending you a lot of love. I'm sending you a lot of support. I'm sending you a lot of positivity, good energy, good vibrations. And I hope that wherever you're at, you're doing well and you can find more ways to do even better. With that being said, y'all, thank you for tapping into another episode of Unlocking Levels. I'm your boy, CL, the Source, your friendly neighborhood. Hope you, until next time, big love and peace and blessings.